Lucinda and I made a all too rare trip to the theater the other day to check out Ryan Coogler's new vampire movie, Sinners, partly because Ryan Coogler is one of the best directors working in Hollywood and he seems to get better with every movie, and partly because how could I not go to theaters to see a movie called Sinners? And I know this isn't a movie review show, so I'm going to keep my praise brief, but the movie was fantastic. It hits on all fronts. Great writing, great soundtrack, great cinematography, great acting. Michael B. Jordan played dual roles as identical twins and mastered two slightly different variations on the same Mississippi accent for it. But what impressed me most about the movie is that it had a strong anti-Christian message. I'm strong for a Hollywood movie anyway, not for like a fucking diatribe. So I don't want to get into spoiler territory here, but ultimately the story is very much about how African Americans were robbed of their religion and mythology and culture and handicapped by this religion of meekness and self-denial. So after the movie, I took to the interwebs. I hopped on Blue Sky, which if you're not on Blue Sky, it's basically like Twitter when Twitter was just, regular shitty. Highly recommend it. Anyway, I posted basically the truncated review I just gave you, right? Great movie, great acting, great music, surprisingly anti-Christian message for a Hollywood movie. And so, inevitably, along come the Christians to defend it. Now, to be clear, the movie is being derided throughout the Christian community as being demonic and anti-Christian. Most Christian leaders... Well, I guess most Christian leaders don't know about it because most of them are unaware of black cast movies in general. But the ones that do know about it are mostly pretty worried about the motherfucker. I've seen plenty of Christian opinion pieces and hysterical social media threads warning people off of the movie or asking Jesus to forgive them for watching it. It is decidedly and unapologetically critical of the role that Christianity played in denuding black Americans of their cultural heritage. And most Christians realize that when they watch it, I think. But some don't. And some decidedly don't. Some of them have strategies and tactics for not realizing that shit. And I saw a few examples of that on Blue Sky. Several apologists showed up in my mentions to say some variation of, well, I don't think Coogler was criticizing Christianity so much as this meaningless subdivision of Christianity that I've carved out of the whole in order to divorce myself from culpability for the horrific foundation my faith is built upon. It wasn't Christianity, it was dominionism. It was slaveholder religion. It was the extractive aspects of Christian supremacy. Of course, as you may have noticed, none of those is an or. This is a very don't blame the man, blame the fist kind of an argument, and yet plenty of defensive Christians jerk their knee right into it. Because dominionism, slaveholder religion, and extractive elements of Christian supremacy are Christianity. Christianity is the sum of its parts, but all too often Christians convince themselves that as long as they can attach a name to the parts that they don't like, they can sequester them in a prison of exception. Well, you don't get to do that shit. Much in the way that a murderer is still a murderer when he's not murdering, Christianity is still a slaveholder religion when it's not holding slaves. It's still dominionist in a secular dominion. It's still extractive when it's not extracting. Not that it's not extracting. But plenty of Christians can leap into this ridiculous fallacy without recognizing the idiocy of it at all. My religion is only the good parts. It doesn't matter how the church got here, why it was the dominant religion, how my ancestors were converted to it, how it spread across the globe, how it continues to disempower and subjugate, what it does with its power when it has it, or who it dehumanizes along the way. Those don't count because I say they don't count. I worship the tip, not the iceberg. It's an awful lot like the tepid Trump voter who's now trying to hide behind his unbridled lunacy by saying, well, I didn't vote for that. Motherfucker, you voted for Trump. So you're responsible for all the crazy evil shit he does, not just the crazy evil shit he promised to do. Likewise, when you empower Christianity, you're responsible for what it does with that power. And historically, what it's done is domineering, extractive, slave-holding type shit. It's inherent in your thing, and we can prove that with history. All denying those aspects of the faith does is offer them cover today.